Like 4 or 5. How many cards did you have that night when we were playing bingo with the
Say
magic?
help.
I don't
help,
know.
please.
4 or 5 cards.
Right. Excellent.
Say help,
Excellent.
please. No. Say help, please. All right. So have some.
They worked so hard to get it.
Yeah.
Thank
I know, and it's diet, so.
They're like, he drinks the diet, that's whatever you give him.
We'll have a bigger field out here. What's this called so far? I have the others here. Good.
Tyler. 2D.
2D.
2D to 2D. Right. Who wants
Tyler.
to give it a shot?
Tyler. Thank you.
We have to mix one at a time.
Yes. Yes.
Spell that thank you.
So what do you think the SD is?
Maxie wins.
Close. It's the same as the other one that you just did.
Put the same.
Put with sink. Yes. It's a little easier to vary this field too. The random placement's a little easier with these little cards.
And then you mix these up too?
Yep.
Uh-oh. No.
Come on.
You lift me up.
You're a big girl.
See you, big girl.
Where's the high handcuffs there? I got handcuffs. Alright. I'm going to get you fenced in here real tight now. Okay. Put the sink. No.
I'm afraid he's just doing
Sink.
something.
Put the sink.
Where's he at? Downstairs,
I'm telling him he's just doing something.
Upstairs,
Put the
downstairs.
sink.
I don't.
Good. Put the sink. Good. Put the sink. No. Put the sink. Put the sink.
Much better.
Put the sink. Good. Put the sink.
Brutal.
This one needs help. Put the sink. No. Put the sink.
Look what he went down on.
Excellent.
That's good.
Excellent.
Put the sink.
Hey, much better.
Look at a job.
All right.
Okay. Jeff, come here.
He was on the floor just a minute ago.
Grandma, what you doing up there?
He likes his puppy. Huh?
Put what's saying?
Hey, hey! That's awesome.
Put what's saying? No. Put what's saying? No. Put what's saying?
Whoa.
Put what's saying? Good job, Jeff. Put what's saying? Good.
Hey!
Put what's saying?
Great job. That's awesome.
Put what's saying? Good.
I think Jeff's got a chance of getting in law
Oh,
school.
I know you might. But we're saying no. But we're saying no. But we're saying
Much better. Much better.
but we're saying good.
I don't know. 10 to 12, 10 to 12. You'll see too, like in the beginning of the program, if you go past a certain mark, then they just start getting everything wrong. So you want to make sure that you end on a successful note. So you don't want to
I
overlook.
thought you only did 3 with Tyler.
No.
But we're saying good.
10 to 12.
But we're saying
Oh, not.
no.
Yeah.
But we're saying no. But we're saying
Very nice. Same one by its. He's got
same in my
Yep.
okay. But we're saying
Now you can go play. Good job. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
Get lost.
Who's master of that one?
Okay, Ernie.
The other thing, the reason why we keep 10 to 12 trials, imagine if you did 25 trials, would you really be able to remember what happened when you go to take data?
No.
It's probably going to be a little challenging for you guys to take data on 10 trials as well. You know? It does. It could get boring as well. It's either
I know my funeral, yellow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Definitely.
Put with the same. Yay! Woohoo! Put with the same.
now is that okay? He's not putting it right on top?
Does that matter?
Or
It
is that-
depends on what you want the response criteria to be.
I'm satisfied.
Alright, just as long as everybody's okay with that and wants to be consistent with that response. You'll be okay.
Put with the same.
Isn't it kind of hard to like make a decision like that though, because you're not actually showing him which way to put it, so you kind of have to, however.
Prompt the
you put it.
first one. But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's why if you saw it need this, then you could shape that response by just prompting what you want the response to be. So if you want it to be on top, you say, oh, pretty good. And then prompt him, what was saying to put it right on top. It'd be really easy to shape that. Why don't you shape that?
And does it matter in their learning where you have them put it
Versus
versus,
spitting on you,
you
Shelby.
know,
No, it doesn't.
Well,
Just as
that's
long as
fine.
everybody is sharing the
Yeah.
same response criteria.
Okay.
Consistency is the most important thing.
You can have them back then.
Put with the same.
What was the problem?
Nothing. She was
Pretty good.
around. I said, he just
Put with the
had a
same.
problem. Be careful.
Awesome! Awesome. Now do that same one again and see if you
Put
retain
with the same.
Hey! Awesome job! Very nice. And now we'll see if he generalizes that response to the next piece of stimuli.
Put with the same.
Hey, you did it! Awesome job! Great job!
Put with the same. Put with the same.
Very nice. You can go play, man. That was awesome. Great job. Great questions, too.
why do you look at me? Why don't you call my name?
Because I'm not supposed to call you name. Come here.
That wasn't very nice. The way you said that.
You're welcome.
Shelby. Has it been too long for you too?
Yeah, I think she needs a break.
Do you need a phone break?
Good
We'll take a
job.
phone break.
No. He's probably at Starbucks. And he'll talk about it. And then
No. Look what's saying. No, look what's saying.
Very nice.
Good job. Look what's saying. Good job.
Clear the field. Clear the field. There you go.
Look what's saying. Good job.
Sure.
I was trying to see what you would do with that, because Tyler does that. He'll take and he'll turn stuff upside down, turn it different directions.
Really? If it became repetitive to where he needed to do it all the time and he wasn't flexible with doing it any other way, then I would probably shape that response as well.
Okay.
Look what's saying. Good job.
Very nice.
Nice.
So if you saw that he was consistently doing it across all pieces, you'd only decide to shape
Look what's
that.
saying. Good job.
Hey, nice work.
Go play.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take a break.
Yeah.
Do you remember when I introduced flour, what the name of the procedure I was when I introduced something new?
Mass trial.
Mass trial. Awesome. So it's 3 trials of just flour. Then my next step was to put in OWL, which he didn't know. Do you remember what this was called?
Random rotation.
A neutral distractor. Get there, get there. Neutral distractor, right? So I'm not going to ask for OWL. I'm going to stay with flour, but I'm going to make sure he's discriminating among something else, right? Then what's my next step?
Random one he knows.
Not yet. Put in one he knows, right? So I'm going to put in frog, I'm going to say flour, and then I'm going to say frog, and then go back to flour. That means I expanded by how many?
1.
1. Right, what's my next step?
Expand by 2.
Good, so I'm going to put in another master, right? So it's going to be flower, frog, apple, and then back to flower, right? Then what?
Expand by 3.
Awesome. So I put those in there, so it's flower, cow, frog, apple, and then flower again, right? Once he's able to expand by 3, what's the next step then?
Random.
Good, so it doesn't really matter. It's we. Give me flower, cool. Give me apple, good. Give me flower, good. Give me flower, good. Give me cow, give me frog, good. Give me flower. So it doesn't really matter which order, right?
Tyler, go and it's the back door open.
You go.
So mass trial, expanded trial, random rotation. Okay. Who wants to introduce flower? Give it a shot.
Sure.
Oh, do we have? Okay, this will be.
We're doing mass trial first.
Oh, you're introducing flower.
Oh.
Okay.
Give me flower. Awesome job, buddy. Give me flower. Nice. Give me flower. Awesome. Give me flower. Awesome job. High five. Good job. Is that out now?
Okay, now I want to tell you something, because really the only prompt that we've been using so far is called a hand-over-hand prompt. Okay, so I'm actually taking the hand and prompting, right? There are other types of prompts. There's a point prompt, right? There could be what's called a positional prompt. So if you put this one back here and this one's here, I'm prompting the flower because it's the closest one to him. So when you do one way over here, be careful, because it could be prompting him not to get
Right,
that.
that was right there.
Exactly, exactly. So just be careful. You wouldn't want to do that unless you were prompting flower or you were prompting apple. That's called the positional prompt. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. All right.
Give me flower. No. Give me flower. No.
Good. So now check this out. What you can do is just kind of slide this back. Good.
Give me flower. Awesome job, buddy.
And then you can systematically start bringing that in closer.
Give me flower. Nice job. Give me flower. Awesome. All right. Give me flower. High five. Good job. Give me flower. Nice job, buddy. Give me flower. All right.
Oh, did you expand?
Expand for what?
But you didn't ask me for cow.
Oh, I'm doing extra empty. Give me cow. All
Now
right.
you
Good
wanna
job.
Go back to flower. That's your expanded by one.
Give me flower.
There you go.
Nice job.
Awesome.
Give me flower. All right. Give me cow. Nice job. Give me frog. All right, good job. Give me flower. Nice. Give me flower. All right. All right, good try. Give me apple. Nice. Give me frog. All right. Give me cow. Nice job. Give me flower.
Cool. That's
All
good.
right. Good job, buddy.
Excellent. Very nice. Everybody see how that works? Okay. Who wants to give it a shot? So, just want to let you know, this is called your target. This is what you're teaching. Okay? So, flower is your target, owl is your neutral, these are all master. Easy for you to say. Yes.
Give me flower. Come over, sit up.
Great job. All right. Just eliminate all that stuff. Good.
Give me flower. Good. Give me flower. Good. Pretty good. Okay. Give me flower. Good.
There you go. Very nice.
Okay. Give me flower. Good. Give me flower. Give me flour. No. Give me flour. Good.
Good. So know your hierarchy of prompts too. So you did a hand over hand prompt. You could also just give a point prompt, or maybe the positional prompt. We were talking about you have a hierarchy. Know that hand over hand is the most intrusive prompt that you can do. Okay? The least intrusive prompts may be a point prompt, or a glance prompt, or the positional prompt and stuff like that. Just know. But if those other prompts don't work, you can always go back to hand over hand. Okay?
Give me flour. Good. Give me the flour. Good.
Very nice.
Give me the flour. Good. Give me the cow. Good. Good. Give me the flour. Good. Give me the flour. Give me the flour.
Make
Good.
sure you say no before you prompt, right? So it's no, and then give me flour, and then you prompt.
Give me flour.
Hey, very nice.
Give me cow.
Moo.
Moo. Okay, good. Give me apple. Good.
Hey, very nice.
Is there always going to be one there that
Give me flour.
they don't know?
Yeah.
Good. Give me frog. Good. Give me the cow. Good. Give me the flour. Good.
Very nice. You can go play. That's awesome. Cool. Hold on a second. How many was Grandpa able to expand by?
3.
Very cool. Now listen, when you're running random rotation, don't necessarily need a neutral distractor. But when you're going through mass trial and expanded trials, you want the neutral distractor there. When you do random rotation, you don't need a neutral distractor. Okay? It's only on the mass trial and expanded trials. Okay?
Would you want them to go through the whole series and get them all correct before you actually let them take a break?
No, it would depend on how many trials. Say there was a lot that were incorrect,
Okay.
probably would want to, maybe if you were able to expand by 1, go ahead and let them go play. Does it make sense? But if the last person was able to expand by 1, the goal of the next person sitting should be to try to expand by 2. That's how shaping works. Once that, they should only receive reinforcement for what they're able to do. Now, if you had to back all the way up to where you wouldn't be able to expand, the child should not receive maximal reinforcement because he's already demonstrated that he's able to expand by 1. Once he shows that he's able to expand by 2, then for that item, shouldn't receive maximal reinforcement for expanding by 1 because he's demonstrated that he's able to expand by 2. We're always trying to build off what the last person did. So maybe the last person had to end their sitting on expanding by 1. So the next person should say, okay, I'm going to expand by 1, but my goal is doing the sitting on expanding by 2.
And
Okay?
how many do you eventually?
Object labels? How many object labels are there in the world? There are lots. But we are eventually going to teach him how to start picking up those object labels on his own. And I'm sure that he's picked up a lot of object labels on his own. But a lot of times, because our kids have selective attention, they only pick up object labels that they like candy or train or things that are motivating for them to learn. So it's a lot of the other items that we have to teach them that they might not be as motivated to learn. Okay? All right. Everybody gets this? What I'd like to do now is...
I have one question before
Yes.
we move on. When I use give me, I've also paired give me. Do we want to keep that for a while and then take it away?
Give me
So
what?
when I go like this.
You put your hand out?
Yes,
Absolutely. That's
instead
fine.
of-
That's fine.
'Cause
I'm
I
okay with
noticed
putting your
Matt
hand out.
didn't use
Right.
that gesture.
Right.
Do we want to start that way and then take it
I'm
out?
okay with putting your hand out. I
Okay.
think that's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. If we were discriminating between give me and touch,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be discriminating now object labels and these two different SDs, then I'd worry about it, but we're not there yet.
Okay.
So we can go ahead and put our hand out there when we're giving the give me
I
instruction.
just want to make sure everybody.
That's a great question.
Okay.
That's a great question. Okay. I'm going to give everybody a chance to do this, but not necessarily with object labels. Okay? I'd like to do it with... Now, I would recommend, do you have a computer? Printing out shapes that are black on white for teaching shapes.
Okay.
so that there's not the discrimination between color and shape on these.
Okay.
But for now, I picked all the same color
Okay.
so that you can get the idea of how I want this to look. But they should be black shapes.
And how many do you need of each?
I will give you a list. It's pretty much the what these shapes here.
Uh-huh.
I think those are great.
No, I mean how many of each shape?
Oh, just one.
Oh, just one?
Just one. Yep. Because this is going to be receptive shapes.
Okay.
So we're going to be teacher shapes. Do you know if he has any shapes at this point?
He can match.
You can match them, but
He
receptively
can.
identify them. So if I said, give me star, give me oval, or...
Yeah.
I think he can do almost all of them.
Yeah?
You probably do most of them.
Excellent. That's great. That's great.
Maybe
So-
not consistently. I think
Right.
consistently circle, square, triangle.
Circle, square, triangle. Awesome. Let me try to find those. Circle there.
Yeah, that's fine. We can hear him.
Those are the main ones. Those are the
Leave
ones
in our
that I
bed.
know. So bad that they have to be yellow. 'Cause I can't see any other color. I can't find the yellow triangle. Must be missing.
There was one up there somewhere. Oh, that's a baby.
Oh.
Okay.
Alright, this works. Okay, so we're gonna pretend that he knows, well, he knows square. Okay, so let's pretend that he knows,
You said a circle.
well, maybe I can pick a different color. Can you pick me up the blues?
Yes.
Alright.
Circle, square, triangle.
Yes, please. And then these ones as well. These ones as well.
Circle, square, triangle.
In blue.
Star.
We could get them in blue, that will work too.
I'm not.
You already have one of those.
Yeah.
Where the heck are all the darn circles and squares?
I saw them in other colors.
Let's try a different color.
No, we don't have, maybe we not have.
Just as long as they're all the same color. It doesn't really matter to me because I'm not
Okay,
going
here's
to
the red.
I don't
Alright,
think
let's see how good you are.
There's a triangle.
Yeah, see, I knew there was triangle. Cool.
Circles, star,
Red.
rectangle,
Is this it?
triangle.
No. Here, give me the red off the top.
Oh, but I have them all. And purple.
Purple's good. You got them all?
You got them all in
I
purple?
don't think so. I think I'm missing one.
What are we missing?
Square. There's a square. No, there's not. There's a rectangle.
These must have come weird, like.
I don't know, we had them all.
Tyler might have. Wait.
Maybe you've been playing with those the most and that's why they're gone.
Okay. What don't we have?
What do you need?
Circle.
See, and purple has circle.
Orange
Can
has
we do an
circle.
orange circle?
Okay.
Do that one?
Do we have orange of the other colors? Orange, triangle, and square?
There's triangle.
Triangle, rectangle,
Circle.
star.
That's so funny.
No.
I thought they all had one.
Square.
Okay, this is fine.
Wait, was there a square?
This is good.
Sorry.
You got the triangle and the circle. Those are the two that he knows, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get black and white of all these shapes. Diamond,
Can we go
oval,
with one now?
octagon, all that stuff. You can print them out like Peter, just black and white. That's fine. Oh, I need the ones he doesn't know. Good.
What color are you using? Orange?
And this star.
Yeah, this is cherry.
Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. All right, so we know that he knows what?
Circle and
Square and triangle.
triangle.
Right, so all we have is circle and triangle. We don't have square. So
We'll work with
we
that.
want to introduce star using the same format that we did with the others. So who wants to give that a shot? So what is rectangle going to be?
A square.
No, he doesn't know.
Which is called a
It's really confusing.
And neutral distraction.
neutral distractor. Awesome. What are these two called?
And blue.
Master distractors. Good. And what is this called? You say star.
Mass trial.
Right, we're going to be mass trial. Let's call our target.
Our target.
Let's call our target. Okay? So who wants to give that a shot? And what do you think the SD is?
Give me.
Give me square,
Good.
star.
Great job. Great job. So give me shape and prints.
So you can start a like flower. Like this.
Exactly. Great. Great. Great.
Carla, come here. Give me star. Good job. Give me star. Good job. Give me star. Good job.
Awesome. Very nice.
Give me star. No. Give me star. No. Give me star.
Good. Great job, Shelby.
Give me star. Good
Hey,
job.
very nice.
Give me star. No. Give me star. No. Give me star. Good. Give me no. Triangle. Good job.
In O2, just to step in here, if you notice that when you got to this point here,
Mhm.
and there was some difficulty when you even faded this back in, and then even when you fade this and you go star and she's still doing that, you can go back to either pulling both these back or removing this one altogether and fading this one back in.
Okay.
You can always back up to the last place the child was successful. Okay, does that make sense, everybody? And then build from there. Okay?
Give me star. Good job. Give me triangle. Good
Very
job.
nice.
Give me star. No. Give me star. Good
There
job.
you go, much better. So I probably wouldn't expand by 2 yet because you
Oh.
didn't get a successful expansion by 1.
Okay.
So try to go to triangle and then back to star.
Give me triangle. No. Give me triangle. Good job. Give me star. Good job. Triangle.
Good.
Give me star.
Good. And now at this point, because there was some difficulty, I'd probably let her go play because she was successful with triangle and star on those last 2 trials.
Okay.
Now the next person saw that, oh, you were able to stand by 1, so the next person should come in and do what?
Gemini 2.
Right, but you should start with expanding by 1 to make sure that that baseline is still standard. So I want the next person to get in there and do that and teach Shelby that, or teach Grandma. So the next person is going to try to. Do you want to try it? You're going to try to expand by 2 now, but you're going to
Okay.
start with
I'm
expanding
gonna
by
start.
1.
So we start out like this. I mean,
Yeah. Yep.
like this,
Yes.
this. So
Right,
we
there
start
you
out
go.
with this.
There you go. You're going to start with star, go to triangle, go back to star. If she's able to do that, then fade circle. And make sure that
I
circle's
think I
not
get
there.
accomplished now.
Okay. What?
I said I won't be difficult this time.
Give me star.
Hey, got it right the first try. That's awesome.
Give me star. Just do it 2 times.
Very nice. Well, you can go to triangle now and
Okay.
then back to star, and then
Okay.
if she's able to do that, then you can pull your other one in.
Okay, give me triangle.
Very nice. Very
This
nice.
is so smart. Give me triangle.
Oh, you
Good.
expanded by 2.
Oh, okay.
She
yeah,
has
go back to
triangle
star.
twice. Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
Okay, give me star.
There you go. Very nice. Now you can pull
Now I-
this one in.
Now I can do
You
tri-
can,
oh,
yep,
this
yep.
one.
And then ask for star, triangle, circle, and then back to star.
Okay, give me star. Good.
Very nice.
Okay.
So if you ask for something more than twice,
That's still an, that's a 2 expanding
that's
trial.
still so.
Even though you're not
if it's the
expanding by
same-
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Okay,
As
give
long
me-
as you come off that target trial, every time you come away from that target trial, you're expanding. Did you know even giving tickles could be an expansion by time? So say that you weren't able to expand by circle and star, and they were having difficulty there, you could go give me star, and then good job, throw them up in the air, do surfing, bring them back, give me star. You've expanded by time, not expanded by exemplars.
So memory.
So yeah, so be
Okay.
careful when you're doing that stuff that you are increasing the amount of time the child has to retain that information. That's
You
why
want to increase
pace.
that.
Yes, that's why pace is so important too. Because if a child's not ready to expand by maybe tickles and another item, you've now increased the time too much, and the child could be unsuccessful. So just be aware of that type of stuff. Okay, so pace is very important as well.
Okay, give me star. Good. Now I could go to each different ones.
Yeah.
Okay, give me triangle. Good.
Now you go back right back to star.
Well, she's already expanded by 1.
Okay.
She already has, so now she's trying to expand by 2. So she's
Okay.
going to go to circle and then
Okay.
star.
Okay, give me circle.
Very nice.
Now I go back to
To star,
To
and
star.
if she gets it right, she
Okay.
can go play.
Okay, give me a star. Good.
Very nice. So, because the last person expanded by 1, now this person was able to expand by 2, you've reached your goal. You can let them go play. Now, what should the next person try to do?
Expand my fruit.
Right. Now, with Tyler, I noticed that he is learning relatively quickly. I noticed it with the flower. You might be, if there's not a whole lot of incorrect responses, you might be able to expand by 3 within your city. Then that would give the next person the cue to try random rotation. The next person has a random rotation at 80%, and then the person after that has a random rotation at 80%. You can go ahead and introduce a new one. He's probably going to learn a new object label every 2 sessions. I can see that happen.
Okay.
Okay? Just with how quickly he picked up flower. Okay?
Unless they're working on flower at school and I didn't know that.
Right,
But
right. Right. Okay.
Well, you can ask them.
Oh, we got our black and whites there?
Yeah, I made some really quick.
All right.
I made the triangle though.
Good job, son.
I had to redo it because
Come on, Jeff. Come sit down.
So what are you going to try to do?
We expanded by 2, so I want to expand by 3
But
now.
what should you start with?
Just the star, the circle. No, the circle wasn't in there.
Well, I would start where the last person was successful. So what do you want to expand by? Where was the last person successful?
With the circle and the triangle.
Good, expanding by 2.
Uh-huh.
So start there, because you want to
Okay.
hold them to the same expectation that the last person left off. But if he has difficulty, what could you do?
Go back.
To expanding by 1.
Uh-huh.
That's
So
it.
do
Then
you
build up to
remove
2.
that from the field
Yes,
then?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Okay. Give me star.
Hey, first try. Awesome job.
Good
Very
job.
nice.
And pick up the chair, but I can't do it. Give me triangle.
Awesome. Awesome job.
Give me star.
So you decided to expand by 1. Was there
Oh,
any
I'm
reason about that?
sorry.
It's
No,
okay.
I just
It's
thought you
okay.
had to go
Set
back
him up
up
for
with-
success.
okay.
That's cool too. But we're trying. We wanted to start where the last person left off, which was expanding by 2.
Okay. Give me circle. Good job. Now I go back to star.
Right, but you wouldn't have done that middle star. So it'd be star, triangle, circle, star. Yes.
Okay. Give me star.
Very nice. So
Good
still you've
job.
only expanded by 1. So now you want to try to do your expansion by 2, which would be the triangle and the star, or triangle and circle, and then back to star.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Since you did a star in between those 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me triangle. So I'll start over. Star was my first one.
Okay. Hey, very nice. Very nice.
So if you forget, you could go back.
Absolutely. Yes. Just know that your trials could be getting, or your sittings could be getting longer. So
Yeah.
just keep that in mind. There are fatigue effects.
Give me circle. Good
Very
job.
nice. Very nice.
Give me star.
Good. So that was your expansion by 2. Awesome.
Good job.
Awesome.
Now can I?
Yep.
Okay. Give me square.
Good job. Good job.
Give me star.
Oh, but you just expand by 1. You're
Oh.
trying to expand by 3. So you want to go.
Okay.
You don't. Well, she already did star before she pulled the square in.
okay.
So then it would be square, circle, triangle, and then back to star. So
You're
you
just trying to confuse me.
No, you want to try to get through 3 things before going back to star.
Okay.
You're going star, square, star, circle, star,
Or
square,
square.
star. You're just
Okay.
rotating back and forth. You want to try to do as many in between your stars.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
That's what you're trying to increase.
Woohoo. Okay. Let's start with star again.
Okay.
Give me star.
Hey, nice work.
Should you be a little happy about the star?
I want to go play.
Give me triangle.
Yay!
And I'm gonna add one more complication and make sure you vary the field too. So you gotta
Okay.
move all those around. It's kind of like this.
Okay, we did. Which one did I ask you to give me?
Star.
It's not
Piece of
it's
paper,
not-
write it down. It's not in here.
Next one, Dad is gonna have to come in.
Circle.
Give me the circle, please. Well, I guess I gave too much information.
Very nice. Good job. Very nice.
Give me square. Wait.
That's good. That's good. Good job.
Yay!
Very nice. Very nice.
Give me circle. Yay!
Very nice.
Give me star.
Cool. Expand it by 3.
All right.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Awesome.
Do it,
You
Melissa.
see how it works?
Yes.
So if you were able to successfully expand by 3, what should the next person try?
4.
Or
Random rotation.
start at 3, but you could also try random rotation, which is an expansion of anything. So you'd do your first trial by expanding by 3, because that's what the last person did, and then maybe just random rotation by asking it in any order. And once 2 people do it in random rotation at 80%, we can consider it mastered, and that person should have to introduce something new. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Kind of?
Yes. Well, no, I just didn't. I thought you always had to go back to the start.
No, what you're
What's
trying to do
next?
is increase how many things are in
Okay.
between asking for the star, because that's the longer he's got to remember star.
Okay, that
He's
makes
got
sense
now.
now.
First, he got to remember it over circle. Now he's got to remember it over triangle and circle. Now he's got to remember it over triangle, circle, and square before he can go back to star.
Okay.
Okay, excellent.
Okay.
All right, who wants to introduce? Let's see here.
Rectangle.
Actually, there were some colored squares, right? Right here. We're going to use squares. We're going to pretend like we're introducing colors.
Okay.
So that's one color, I'm assuming. Is that another?
No.
Okay.
Keep going. That's another.
Got it?
That's another. That's no. That's yellow. Purple, orange.
Where was those other
That's
ones?
really
Where are
disappointing.
those other ones?
That's it.
Oh, we were using orange
No, you
before.
had.
Orange should have been on top.
Oh. There wasn't orange. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. All right. So I'm going to use this as an opportunity to show you something a little trickier. So this was shapes, which index cards,
Yeah,
just print them out and then glue them on there.
Yeah.
It'd be perfect. Same with color cards. A lot of times what they'll do is make you can do like a little squiggly bubble and fill it in with
Just use
color.
like Word and go into their art.
Yes, and make like a squiggly bubble, just so it's not an inherent shape for the color.
Okay.
But when those language builder cards come, they actually have a whole.
Okay.
The whole
They
section.
should be here tomorrow.
Okay,
but
so
we'll
and
see.
if, hopefully they are, because they even have black and white shapes in there. Black and white
Okay.
shapes and color cards.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, so what happens if we want to introduce a program and Tyler doesn't know anything? Right now we've been pretty fortunate to have master distractors to expand by. Right? So what if we're introducing a new program and he doesn't have any exemplars in that program? We'd have to mass trial 1, right? So give me yellow. Good, give me yellow. Good, give me yellow. Good, right? And then do it with a neutral distractor. Give me yellow. Good. Give me yellow. Good. But now we have nothing to expand by. So what are some things that we could do? That's what I want to talk about. Okay? So we can either, 1, expand by other things that we know he can do. So we can expand by NBI. So give me yellow. Good. Give me yellow. Good. Do this. Good. Do this. Good. Give me yellow. How many did I expand by?
2.
2. Awesome. Clapping and knocking. Does that make sense? So I expanded over time. But still, there's not a whole lot of discrimination going on because I'm just staying with yellow. So after that, what we want to do is pick our next target. Help me out here.
Orange.
Orange?
Red.
Red.
Yes. All right, so then I'd mass trial red. Give me red. Good job. Give me red. Good job. Give me red. Good job. Pull in my neutral. Give me red. Good job. Give me red. Good job. Do this. Awesome. Give me red. Cool. Do this. Good. Do this. Awesome. Give me red. And he does. So I've expanded over time now on red, and I've expanded over time with yellow with the neutral distractor. This is where it gets tricky. This is not called mass trial, and this is not called expand trial. It's called blocked trials. Okay? This is where discrimination training comes in.
Block what?
Block trials.
Trial.
Everything's trials. Trials, trials, trials. So we got mass trials, expand trials, now we got block trials. Okay? So basically, I need to get it to where now these two that I've taught him now are in the same field and he's discriminating between each other. Okay? So what I might want to do is have this one back here a little bit and mass trial red in the presence of yellow. So give me red. Good job. And systematically red. Give me red. Good job. Give me red. Good job. Awesome. Then on my switch trial, I'm probably going to want to prompt again. So my switch trial is now I'm changing to yellow. So I can either positional prompt or I can just give a point prompt. Okay? Or the hand over hand prompt if those prompts don't work. So give me yellow. Good job. And now I follow that line and prompt. Give me yellow. Good job. Awesome. And what I'm going to do is systematically reduce the amount of times I'm mass trialing each one before I go to my switch trial. Until eventually I can say, give me yellow. Good job. Give me red. Good job. Give me yellow. Good job. Give me red. In any order. And then eventually with the neutral distractor out here, be able to say, give me yellow. Give me red. And it doesn't matter. Once you have two, when you introduce the third one, now you can do what? Expanded trials. Because you've gotten two. But he's not going to need it in colors. Probably not going to need it in shapes. We're not going to introduce numbers and letters yet just because of his age. So we're not going to probably have to worry about that. I just want to let you know if we are teaching something new and we don't have master distractors, we'd have to do something called block trials, and that's what this is. The reasons why it's called block trials is because I'm doing a block of red, I'm doing a block of yellow, and systematically decreasing the amount of trials that are in each block until eventually it can be yellow, red, red, yellow, yellow, red, in any of those orders. And what's hard about this is potentially what can happen is what's called a 50-50 or a win-stay-lose shift. If I say give me red and he gives me yellow, and I say no, and I say give me a red, what did he do?
50-50.
Exactly. And you got to be careful and avoid that. That's why it's very important to proactively prompt in this type of situation. It can be tricky. Okay? Alright, but since he's got so many exemplars in the programs that I'm introducing this month, you probably won't have to worry about it, but I just wanted to let you know. Okay? So, we're going to pretend that he has were there more circles? Probably not.
Should be a purple circle.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what colors did you feel that he has pretty strong?
Red, blue, yellow, green. I'm pretty sure he has most of them. I usually use crayons.
Okay.
I hold crayons in my, or put crayons out and I ask them for them.
Okay. So let's pretend that he. Let's
Pretty much all
assume
the
that.
primaries.
Yeah. Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. So let's just assume that he has these three, and we're going to want to introduce purple and orange. Okay? Or we're going to want to introduce orange. We'll have purple be our neutral distractor. Okay? So we're going to use these as expanded trials, and this is our neutral distractor. Who wants to introduce orange? This is colors, not shapes. I'm sorry that the stimuli is this way, but the language builders are coming. Okay? Who wants to introduce colors? Okay. Who wants to be the student? Okay. So you're introducing orange, knows these three colors, this is a neutral.
So I go this one, then that one, and then I bring these in.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you probably want to keep these over here or upside down just so they're not distracting.
Okay. Give me orange. Good job.
And let's just practice you putting our hand out because Mom says he's responding the best to that
Okay.
when we say give me.
Give me orange.
Hey,
job.
nice work.
Do you want me to do more than 2 times?
2 or 3
to
is
do?
fine.
Okay. Give me orange. Good job. Okay. Give me orange.
Hey, good job.
Give me orange. Good job. Okay. Give me orange. No. Give me orange. Good job. Give me orange.
Good. I like how you went back to that because there was some difficulty before expanding. Great
Good
job.
job. Give me yellow.
Hey,
Good job.
nice work.
Give me orange.
Great.
Good
So
job.
you expanded by 1, and there was a little bit of difficulty. I let her go play. Now the next person comes and sees that she was able to expand by 1. What's the next person going to do?
Expand by 2.
Good, but it's going to start with 1 because that's the last place she was successful. So next person should come in, start with 1, and their goal should be to end on expanding by 2. All right? Want to give that a shot? You want to just switch roles?
Yeah.
You just stand here. I love how they get up. That's so funny. It's awesome.
And I don't have to put these. I can go ahead and leave
Yeah,
them.
because,
They're-
yes, exactly. But no, you'll probably have to get the stimuli out because she'll have gone home.
Right.
It won't be left out there for you.
Give me orange.
Hey, she remembered. Awesome.
Give me yellow.
Uh-oh.
No. Give me yellow. Good.
So you prompted yellow, so you got to follow it by an unprompted trial, right?
Give me yellow.
Good. Very nice. Very nice. And now, remember, you've now, because she got yellow wrong, you've increased the amount of expansion already. So just expect she could get orange wrong because she took so much time on working on yellow.
This gets very confusing.
It could.
This part.
It could. It could.
It does. I'll sit here and watch it.
Give me orange.
If she got it.
Very good.
You should probably go to yellow and then orange and then probably let her go play since she had some difficulty.
Give me yellow. Very
Hey,
good.
very nice. Very nice.
Give me orange.
Very nice. So she could go play. So you'd have to write, wasn't able to expand by 2. So the next person comes, tries to expand by 1. If they get it, should try to expand by 2. Does that make sense? This just could happen in some programs. It definitely could. So you should know that it's okay to leave it on the last place that the last person left to be successful, but you should leave a note to the next person to say, try to expand by 2, because I almost got it there. Okay? So who wants to give a try to expand by 2? Give it a shot?
I'll
All
take
right.
it, you be the teacher. But I don't want to be the teacher.
You have to learn it. That's the whole point of us being here.
I know, but it's late.
Oh, man.
I know, it's late for all of us. We're almost done, actually. So
I never work past 12.
Oh, shush.
I forgot where we're at. What are we?
So we've already expanded, the last person expanded by 1. So you're going to start with expanding by 1.
Uh-huh.
And
That's
then-
fine, but I'm talking about which shapes or which
I
colors.
think we introduced orange.
Okay.
And we're expanding by yellow.
Okay, so it's all out there though.
Yes.
Okay. Give me orange.
Be nice.
Please.
Trying to end here.
So orange.
Good job. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Give me yellow.
Very
Good
nice.
job.
Very nice.
Woo-hoo. Give me purple.
No. Shh, you're bad. Good job. Very nice. So you were able to expand by 1.
Yes.
So what should you do?
I should expand by 2.
So get another one out there. So you know those are mastered.
Just 1 though.
Yep.
Okay.
And if you feel daring, you guys are all welcome to do this. If you're able to expand by 1 and then 2, and you want to try that 3, you're welcome to. But if they don't get to 3, you should always back up and expand by 2 before letting them go play. Because that was the last place that we knew he was able to do it.
No, I start back with orange, right?
Sure.
Okay. Give me orange. Good job! Woohoo! Give me yellow. Woohoo! Good job! Give me red. Woohoo! Good job! I think that was it.
You gotta come back to your target.
Oh, go give me orange.
Very nice. Now, do you want to expand by 3 or you want to let him go play? It's up to you. You gonna go for it? All right, she's daring. Now, what happens if she gets it wrong?
You go back to 3. Or go back to 2. Give me orange.
Yeah.
Good job. Give me yellow.
Nice.
I gotta go down.
Good job. Very nice. Super.
Good job. Woohoo. Give me blue. Or red. That's the next one.
It doesn't matter. Any order of the
Any
expanded
order?
trials. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Give me blue. Give it to me. God, give me red.
How to take her shirt off.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Give me orange. Woohoo! You did it.
Awesome. She can go play.
Look at me.
Go play.
So she would say that I was able to expand by 3. Next person, try expanding by 3, and then try random rotation. That's what you would leave in the logbook. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you're building. So you felt that, you know what, I got a lot of behavioral momentum going on here. I was able to expand by 2, and now I'm going to go and try to expand by 3. And that's awesome. And we want that to our tutors to take that kind of initiative, especially with Tyler, because I think he's going to learn this stuff really fast. He's
Should
not
there
going to
be
need it to be that structured across all the people.
in the data? Should there be a lot of notes on exact reinforcers?
Absolutely. There's actually going to be a program called reinforcement sampling. And basically that you're just going to call them over and go through a bucket like that, or go through a bunch of physical reinforcers and note which reinforcement he liked the most, because there's 2 things that can happen to a reinforcer. One, they can be really potent. But if you do it too much, the child could get satiated with it. So you're going to want to always vary your reinforcement. Okay, so satiation means it just loses its potency. And you want reinforcement to stay potent, otherwise it's not going to be an effective reinforcer. So sometimes we're just going to call them over. We're not going to do a program. We're just going to sit there and do silly string and bubbles and note, you know what, you really like the bubbles. So the next tutor comes and goes, oh, these are the things that he was really liking today. Let me try those out, and I'll try a couple of mine and log those as well.
The school district's supposed to be doing an inventory on that.
Oh, great.
How long it takes them to do that, I don't know.
We'll be able to figure it out pretty quickly. Yes, yes. So that's just going to be just a fun program that we do, and it's going to be one of the ways we keep this fun up here.
Okay.
All right? So what do we got so far? Receptive object labels, receptive colors, and receptive shapes, right? The only thing we haven't talked about receptively is receptive programs, and I'm going to do this really quickly, receptive programs that don't involve stimuli. So remember in NVI, we had NVI with objects, and then we had just NVI gross motor. So it was just do this. There was no object there, or no stimuli. So, the receptive programs, still your chair here. The receptive programs that don't involve stimuli, there's 2 that I'm going to be introducing. One is receptive body parts, and the other is receptive instructions. Okay? So, a prerequisite to receptive instructions or receptive body parts is that he's able to imitate it first, because that's going to be the prompt that we use to teach him. So, we can't teach touch head unless he's able to do this and imitate us, right? If he can't do this, there's no way we can expect him to go touch head and him do it, right? So, with receptive body parts, what we're going to do is everything that we've taught in NVI and we've logged it as mastered, that he's able to imitate, which he was able to imitate today, almost all body parts. So, you should be able to pick this up really fast. So what we're going to do is we're going to use NVI to prompt receptive instructions, and NVI to prompt receptive body parts. So we're going to do it first here is I'm going to teach somebody to touch their nose, but assuming that I've already mastered it in nonverbal imitation. So I've already mastered it in do this. Okay? Who wants to learn how to touch their nose?
I'll learn to touch my nose.
All right, you're just gung-ho. Awesome. Okay. So I want to use a model prompt because it's a lot less intrusive than a hand over hand. That's why I mastered it in NVI first. Okay? So I'm going to say, touch nose. Excellent job. I like that. Touch nose. Good. So I didn't really even have to master all that. I faded my prompt on the first one. You might need it prompted a couple times. So it might be, touch nose. Great job. Touch nose. Great job. Touch nose. Awesome. You see how that worked? So now I might need to introduce a second body part and do some of those block trials, but he probably knows some body parts, am I right?
Oh, yeah.
He does. He's inconsistent with them, and a lot of it's like, okay, I'm not doing this.
Okay.
So it's behavior.
So we want to make sure that we're really reinforcing in those types of things and that we follow through. Okay, so I'm going to teach you another one now. Touch ears. Great job. I like that. Touch ears. Awesome. Touch ears. Cool. Touch nose. Good. Touch ears. Good. How many did I expand by?
One.
Good. What was the one? What was the expanded trial? Ears was my target there.
No.
Good. Good. So I had already mastered nose by itself, introduced ears, expanded by nose, and went back to ears. Okay? Does that make sense? Now I'm going to introduce another one. Touch head. Awesome job. Touch head. Great job. Touch nose. No. She probably got it wrong because I didn't do a head without a prompt. Does that make sense? So that was good that you got that wrong. So it'd be touch head. Excellent job. Touch head. Great job. Touch nose. Touch nose. Good. Touch nose. Good. Touch head. Awesome. Touch nose. Good. Touch ears. Awesome. Touch head. Great job. So I went back to my target, which was head. It's a little weird, but you gotta really pay attention to what you're doing and be conscious of what your SDs are that you're throwing out. Otherwise, you could start rapidly throwing out. This is the reason why we use the discrete trial. If I didn't say no any of those times and just kept rapidly firing, it'd even be worse than it sounded when I just did it with all those SDs. But pace is very, very important. But after you got that, I would let you go play. So that would be the end of that trial. It's not like he has to hear touch nose and ears and head 100 times. He's going to hear it max 10 times. Go play. And we can always call him back and test retention that way as well. Okay,
So
does
is there
that
any
make sense?
time, like how long do you let them play?
A downtime can be the length of a puzzle. Stringing 10 beads. You know, I'd say downtime should be about as long as his chair time. So
And
if
then you come back and you do the same thing? Or you
No.
do
So how many programs do we have? So we could do receptive object labels, receptive body parts, receptive colors. We're not just going to drill colors for an hour. No way. But if you notice that he had a little bit of difficulty, I might let him go play, do matching, and then let him go play, and maybe come back to body parts a little bit later if I wanted to build on that. But I didn't have to. I want to make sure that I hit as many programs as possible, and the next person is going to come in and try to build on it. So it's not like we're up here for 45 minutes drilling colors or drilling body parts. We're working on colors, we're working on matching, we're working on imitation, we're working on body parts. Remember, our program's comprehensive, so we're working on all these things in about 5-minute segments of work, and then play, and then work. That lasts about 45 minutes, and then a 15-minute break. Okay? So that was receptive body parts. What do you think receptive instructions would be? We've already taught him 2 today.
Go get me.
Good. That could be one. Good. How about come here and go play? Right? He's receiving information. He's complying. How about clap or wave or knock or any of those things? So where would they need to be mastered before they could become a receptive instruction?
In the imitation.
Great. So he needs to be able to do this, which we know he can do before we can tell him just to knock. Right? Okay. So let me teach you knock. All right. Knock. Great job. Knock. Awesome. Knock. Oh, I like that. That's awesome. High five. Great job. Knock. Cool. What I did was an expanded trial. Did you notice that? I used something that I knew he already knew, and I know that Tyler knows this, which is give me 5, which is a receptive instruction itself, and then went back to knock. So you can kind of use these things that he already knows as expanded trials if they go along with what we're doing. Does that make sense? So now I've expanded by 1. I'm able to do that. Give me 5 and knock. I'm going to teach another one. Okay? Wave. Awesome job. Wave. Super job. Knock. Good. Give me 5. Wave. Great job. You can go play.
Now what about, as far as pace, how do we keep that consistent?
How, like,
Keeping pace with each tutor.
like this pace that I just had, how it was pretty rapid, it's going to come with them being able to do this stuff. and it's going to grow. That's why we're starting to lower his skill level. So right now the pace doesn't necessarily need to be that fast.
No, I mean consistent between when I do it with him, when they do it with him. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Like pace is going to vary here initially.
Okay.
Some people it might take a little bit longer for them to. Oh, I got to ask for that one now. Oh, I got to ask for that one now. They might not have it. I mean,
Okay.
I've been doing this for a long time. Notice my pace is super fast. So, and as the programs get more complex, I guarantee everybody's pace will all become more and more consistent.
Okay.
You'll see that happen as time goes on. Great question, though. All right, everybody get all that stuff? Somebody want to teach me You want to teach me a receptive instruction? I already know knock and clap, and no, I don't know clap. I know knock and wave and high five.